Hi guys.
Hi, my name is Chelsea,
I'm Angelica.
and together we're
Two random girls. So we got new little pink foamy thingies.
Yeah, they're
I
so
think it
cute.
looks so cute.
I literally love them.
Right?
Yeah.
I love them. And today we're gonna be talking about. Actually, we don't know. I just know that Chelsea went to go see the movie Challengers with Zendaya and then the two white guys, and she's gonna explain to me about it, how it went. I want to go see it too, and then we're gonna see where it goes from there.
Okay. So, I watched the movie. It was good. I actually really liked the tennis. I was supposed to Google to see if they were the actual people playing it, because if they were good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like
I know.
shots were beautiful.
I saw Zendaya was like practicing a lot with tennis pros and like tennis coaches and stuff. So I think it was her.
There's just no way. Like, I would be so mad. There's just no way.
Wow, that's how good it was.
I'm telling you.
I low key think it
The
was
form,
her.
amazing, impeccable form. I'm like, bro, the way she's following through, and I feel like doing the backhand, it's harder for me to follow through with the backhand.
Yeah.
Like, it feels more awkward, like than with the
also
forehand.
like let's explain. We
yeah.
play tennis, so this
play
is why.
tennis.
Yeah, but backhand is when you hit it with two hands and like.
Like you go like this.
Yeah, and then forehand is with one hand. So her backhand was nice.
Yeah, her backhand was nice. And
I'm gonna Google it while you talk.
It?
Yeah.
Her backhand was nice, and not only that, like, I just mean like her form was impeccable.
Yeah.
Like, she followed through like perfectly, like it was perfect, like to a T. And yeah, even the shots, like down the line, like they were actually crazy people. It was like, bro, like the way that, because like tennis is like a game of strategy. Like, you need to actually know like where you're hitting the ball. Like, and I just feel like it seems like they put so much thought like into it when like they're playing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they were like practicing or whatever, and she was like, oh, to the side, da, 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 down the line, da, da, da. I'm like, they were able to do it just like at the drop. And I'm like, bro, I find that so difficult, because when I'm playing tennis, even though like obviously I'm always gonna try to like
aim it somewhere the person isn't.
Yeah, I'm still just, to me it's not like I can't just say, oh, I'm gonna hit the ball like down the line, and I'm gonna hit the ball down the line.
Yeah, it's really hard to like control the direction of the ball, where it's going. All I know is that like when you want to hit it down the line, I feel like it's easier like if someone's like serving me balls and I'm like, okay, I keep practicing and then I finally get down the line. But while I'm playing, I can't like change my form just to like hit it down the line.
Yeah.
It's like very like mentally like hard. But like if you like focus and like just your feet have to face down the line so it could go down the line. But it's like really in that, it's like people don't understand when the ball's coming to you. It's a matter of seconds for you to decide where you're gonna put this ball. And then sometimes you decide and the ball like takes a different course. Like, but to answer your question, the answer is yes and no. So,
okay.
The cast trained together for 6 weeks at a country club outside Boston. Feist had played in high school, which both helped and hurt. The hardest thing for Mike was his character was defined to have one-handed backhand. He had a two-handed backhand. He had never hit a one-handed. Bro, one-handed backhands are so hard, but they look so good.
I've never even tried.
You no?
No.
I try and I do it sometimes, but
actually,
like
I
playing.
have tried, but
Yeah.
it's really weak. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
I
so
don't
weak.
like. I don't know. Oh, there's this. Is it Federer or
It is.
He does it, poof, and so I'm like, how do you have the strength of me with two hands, with you one hand, and he's like, and in the direction I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine is also two-handed backhand, so I understand that. But Gilbert also devised how the sets would go, choreographing volleys to meet requests for particular rhythm. The crew quickly realized it would be impossible to have real play that precisely matched the script, especially in repeated takes. Their solution: remove their rackets and the ball. The actors held only the racket handle, whooshing the air with professional intensity. The rest was computer generated.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so wow.
So
They didn't really so they were moving the rackets with strength, but I don't think they were actually aiming it anywhere. That's the
Okay.
thing.
So that makes me feel better because I was like, it's easier to do form when you're not actually hitting a ball.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're like actually like trying to hit the ball, sometimes it's harder for you to like you have to really think, okay, yeah, I'm following through. I'm like, what's the
Yeah.
call thing or whatever. I feel like it's easier. Like when we were doing practice, so when we first started playing tennis, like it was much. Well, we did the whole entire like over and over again how to get the motion and how to get the form correctly.
Yeah.
Like it's. I think it's easy to do that.
Yeah, JP also always taught us like that's really what helped me follow through the most is that he said like when you're hitting like the ball, you have to like open the door. So like this and then like sorry, I don't know how I'm doing it, but yeah, you open the door and then you follow through.
Yeah.
And that always helped me. I always think about that. JP. Ladies.
Ladies.
But wow, I didn't know they had it like that. How can they do that?
I think it's like if you're like doing like a video game. I
Damn,
assume.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so like, what's the plot? Like, besides the tennis, or well, maybe more of the tennis. Was the tennis really good then?
Yeah, the tennis was really good. The shots, like I was like, bro, like these were beautiful, clean shots.
Yeah.
Like I was really into the game, and that's why I'm really mad at the end. Like I wasn't mad at the end, but I was annoyed at the end because I wanted to see more of the. It's not a damn tennis match, Chelsea. I should just watch a tennis match. It's a movie, but I really wanted to see the ending.
But
I'll
did they
explain the
show a
ending
lot
some
of
more.
tennis or no?
Yeah, it was a good amount of tennis, but I should have known that they weren't actually playing for real because sometimes they just wouldn't show you enough like outside like view, so you'd only see the person like hitting like it would focus on them and not like the whole entire court seeing them playing.
And also in this little article that I read, it said like they didn't want to make it a tennis movie, like predominantly tennis. It's like more like their love story and stuff.
Yeah.
And okay, so all I know about this is that they have like a threesome or something. Are they like a throuple? That's like I'm confused. I don't know.
So basically, it's like they're like these best friends or whatever.
The three of them.
Yeah. Sorry, you did this.
Oh, sorry. I was like this, and then you scared me. I was like, what do I have on my face?
No, you scared me. I thought I had something wrong. But yeah, they're like these two boys. They're like these friends from like a boarding school or whatever. And they used to play tennis together, and they're doubles partners. And they also play against each other, like in the singles match. And Tashi, she's this really good tennis player. She's 18, I think. She's about to go to college or whatever. And they are at this tournament together. And then they see her play, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, so beautiful,
Good.
most beautiful
Yeah.
one I've ever seen in my life."
Oh.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Yo, like, are you gonna come to the party later so that we could like talk to her or whatever?" So they go to the party, and they see her, they talk to her, and then they are just both like really feeling her, and then she's just like a little playful or whatever, and then they tell her to come back with them to the hotel, and she's like, "No, like maybe I'll think about it." I don't remember what she says, but she walks away. They go to the hotel, they're chilling, and then she comes, and that's the first like little threesome-y thingy, but that's only.
Is that the one where she's like on the bed and she's like this in the
Yeah,
scene?
and they
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean threesome thingy? Doesn't she make out with them?
Huh?
Doesn't she make out with both of them?
She does make out with
She's
both of them,
insane.
yes.
Wait, why is she like that?
Don't know.
She was just having
I
fun.
think she's just having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so they all kiss or whatever, and then at one point, she like leans back, and then they don't know that she left like the little 3 kiss, so it's them just making out. And then she's like, like she coughs or something, and then they look and they're like, and she's like, "I'm leaving. I'm gonna go." And she gets up and leaves, and they're like, "Wait, what? Can we get your number?"
So they're gay.
No,
Okay.
but it does seem like they're like in this
Love triangle.
but also people think that what's his name, Patrick is in love with Art, and Art is in love with Tashi. Maybe Tashi's in love with Patrick.
Okay.
But yeah, so and she's like, "Okay, like I'll let you get my number. Whoever wins the tennis tournament match tomorrow, like I'll give you guys my number, so I just want to see some really good tennis, whatever." In the end, Patrick wins, and though like Patrick was supposed to let Art win because he, for some reason, I don't know, Art made me mad sometimes. I'm like, bro, like, believe in yourself, bro. Like, there's no way you cannot beat this guy. Like, I feel like, hopefully focus on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in the end, Patrick wins. Tashi gives her his number. Tashi gives him her number.
Gives Patrick the number.
Patrick, yeah. And basically Tashi was gonna go to Stanford, where Art goes to school. And then it pans away, and Art is asking Patrick now, like, did you guys do anything? Like, let me know. And he's like, no, like, I don't kiss and tell, whatever. And they're like about to like play and just like rally or whatever. And he's like, okay, if you, because they both have different serves. He's like, okay, if you guys did do something, if you guys do like serve like me, and when Art is gonna serve, he puts the ball like directly in the little triangle thing in the racket, before he serves. So Patrick was about to serve like he does, like how he usually does, which is like he puts his like the racket behind his head like this or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then he puts the ball in the thing, and then Art is just smiling. He's like, oh, da da da. And then Patrick turns around, and then Art his smile falls from his face.
So Art was putting up a front, being like, "Oh, it's fun,"
it's
like,
fine,
but
yeah.
he was sad that they did do something. And they did. Did they do something?
Yeah, they did, because now they're dating. So
Patrick and Tashi are dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Art goes to school. He's at Stanford. He comes in. He sees Tashi, and she's playing whatever. He asks her out to lunch. They're in lunch, they're eating, and she's like, oh, so you guys like are, he's asking Tashi, oh, you guys are dating now? She's like, yeah. He's like, oh, she's like, oh, okay. He's like, what do you mean? Why are you asking that? Like, is he seeing other girls? Like, what are you trying to say? He's like, I'm not trying to say anything. And she's like, why did you even ask me out to this, like, lunch? Like, what do you want or whatever? He's like, I don't know, I'm just, and she's like, yeah, he's like, you're being weird, da, da, da. She leaves, she's about to leave, and he said, I'm just saying he's not in love with you. And then she's like, did I tell you that I wanted him to be in love with me? Did I tell you that I was in love with him? And he was like, I just think you deserve someone to be in love with you. Like, who wouldn't be in love with you? And then she was like, thank you for lunch or whatever. You're a horrible friend. And she walked away.
Yeah. Was he not in love with her? Was Patrick not in love with her?
He really liked her.
Wait, okay. What was the triangle that you said again? You think
Patrick?
Patrick
is like in love with Art. Art is in love with Tashi, and maybe Tashi is in love with
neither.
I don't think she's in love with Patrick either. I just think that she really liked the intensity
of the both of them trying to get her.
The intensity of Patrick, because her and Patrick are like really intense. But basically, right? So Patrick was coming to Stanford to go see Tashi because she had a game, right? And so he saw Art. They were talking, and then Art was saying, oh, so how's everything going? He's like, yeah. He's like, how's that relationship? Are you guys actually in a relationship right now? Like, you're actually dating? He's like, yeah. And she's like, why? Did she say something to you? And he's like, no, she didn't say anything to me. I don't know. It just seems like she's not really thinking of it as a serious relationship. And then Patrick is looking at him.
Why is Art such an instigator? Is all I gotta say right now.
And Patrick is looking at him, and he knows him. He's smiling. He's like, oh, I see what you're doing. He's like, I would do the same thing if I were in your position or whatever. Aww. And then they just are joking around or whatever. And they go. So now Patrick is with Tashi, and they're like, and it's in that scene where he's on the bed and she's on top of him. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you've seen it on Twitter. And so basically in that scene they're talking about tennis or whatever, and they get into a big fight because Patrick is like, bro, like, can we stop talking about tennis? And she's like, we're not talking about tennis, like, we have nothing to talk about. Like, I'm trying to make your game better and you don't even want to listen to me or whatever. She's like, he's like, I don't need this right now. Like, I just want to like and he's like, you're talking to me like I'm beneath you or whatever. I'm your peer. And she's like, he's like, I'm not part of your little fan club or whatever. And they get into a big fight, and he's like, I'm not coming to the game. Let me to the match, and he leaves.
Okay. And she was giving him pointers, right? Like, basically?
Yeah, pointers. Mm-hmm. So he leaves. He was like really angry, and so then Tashi is not playing at her match. She's playing whatever. She's getting like really into it, and that's when she gets her injury.
Her
Like
ACL.
yeah, I don't think it was her ACL. She looked like she broke her. It was a bone sticking out.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I haven't seen the movie, Albie. But
But
okay.
yeah, so and then Art runs down from the top of the bleachers. He runs to her or whatever, and he takes her. Not he takes her, but she gets taken to the hospital or something. And then Patrick comes, to go see her. He says, "Tashi, I'm so sorry." Like da da da. She's like, "Get out, get out, get out!" And then he's like, and then Patrick stands up. He's like, "Get out." I mean, Art stands up. He's like, "Get the fuck out, Patrick."
Yeah.
And then Patrick just looks at him and he's like, and then he walks away. And then it it goes between like it doesn't stay like linear, so it skips like between times, and now it's like 3 years later, and we see Art like playing. Just I don't know where he is actually playing. And then we see Tashi walking by, and then they start playing together, or they go out to dinner, and then they kiss, and he asks her to be his coach, and then and then he reveals that he hasn't kept in touch with Art, like with Patrick, like they haven't been talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, I was just like, bro, like they were like best friends. I was like, bro, I just feel like I feel like both of them, they were like risking their friendships for a girl they just met. And like I get it, like she's beautiful, she's talented, she's spectacular, she's interesting, but I just don't think it was worth.
But like, okay, so I don't understand why you think Patrick's in love with Art, or is that coming later?
People just think he's like, I don't know. I think people are just speculating. I'm not the one who thinks Patrick is in love with Art.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I was just saying like that was one of the things I was seeing like on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, like during I think the Atlanta Open or something, Atlanta tournament something, I don't know what it was, but they were already engaged. Tashi and Art were engaged. Yeah.
Okay.
And Patrick was there playing. Patrick and Art are in the sauna. And they get into like this really intense, like passive aggressive fight. And basically, Art tells Patrick that he means nothing to him, that he's not even worried about him. He was like, "I'm just here passing through. This is where you live. Like at the bottom of like the
Mm-hmm.
barrel, I guess, in tennis tournaments."
Yeah.
And he'd really hurt his feelings. Like
Patrick is feeling.
you could tell, like it was like
Yeah.
And basically, Patrick ends up sleeping with Tashi, during that Open or whatever it was. And Art saw them. Like he didn't see them. He saw them talking, and he turns around because someone asked him for an autograph, and then he turns back around and they're gone. So like obviously, like where would they go? Like the both of them.
Wait. Okay, explain that again. Sorry, I was just like looking at this TikTok because I keep going across like this interviewer and being like it was like, what did one person do?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really. I wanted to know if it was Art or Patrick that he was judging, and not judging, but basically the interviewer was like, people keep saying that all the characters are flawed, but I always look at the movie and I'm like, what did Art do? And Zendaya's like, no, watch it again. Like you have
Art did do something.
She was
wrong.
like, Art is the one that started it all.
If Art didn't, I was like, bro, because I was feeling bad for Art at one point, because I'm like, bro, like these people are obviously in love, Patrick and Tashi. I'm like, bro, Loki.
Wait, but how did Tashi just go and do that with Patrick?
Tashi is just here for whatever.
But didn't she get engaged?
Yeah, she was engaged.
I think Tashi's the worst one so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I think all of them are just really wrong. Like they're generally just like really wrong. But people say that they're supposed to be like a throuple. Like they really all three should just be together.
I agree with that. But okay.
Yeah.
So I got confused a little bit with the signing autographs.
Yeah, so basically they're at a restaurant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're at a hotel. And they're at the bar at the hotel. Patrick is passing by the hotel. He sees Tashi and they're sitting by herself drinking. He comes in, he sits down, and they're talking. And then basically they just start making out. But Art is coming down the stairs or whatever. When he comes, he sees them just sitting down talking. He turns around because someone asked him for an autograph. He gives them the autograph or whatever. He turns back around and they're
not
gone.
there.
Yeah, they never like expanded more on that, but I'm assuming that he knows that they had like sets like in that period because Patrick was talking to Tashi and he was asking her, does he know what happened in Atlanta? And I'm assuming they were showing us what happened in Atlanta, which was that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, I feel like I should explain this part, but Patrick is like broke. Like he doesn't have any money, but like he doesn't have any money because he's just like trying to be like down on his luck or whatever. He has rich parents. Like he could always
Go
like,
back to them.
but he's like just trying to do the tournaments, trying to like make himself like into this big like name or whatever by himself. But he's like sleeping in his car. He has like $70 in his account. Like he can't even pay for a room in a motel. He has to sleep in his car at the tournament. Like he sleeps in his car. But yeah.
And then what happens?
So
Sorry.
So yeah, so they basically it's all leading up to this big tournament between the challenger between
Art versus Patrick.
The movie starts with that and it ends with it. And yeah, so and it just shows us everything like between leading up to it.
Yeah.
And basically Art is just doing really badly. He keeps losing and Tashi makes him go to the challengers because he's like it's like it's not something that it's not going to be anybody who could shake his confidence across the net. It's going to be like just like people he should be able to beat and like with his eyes closed because he has won like he was trying to get his career slam. He just has never won the US Open and that's what he wants to get before he retires, and he wants to retire like really soon.
Yeah.
So this is like his last shot at the US Open. Because he's won like every other like major tournament. Yeah. So she gets him to come to like the challengers in St. Louis, I think. And basically that's how they start like they know that they might end up playing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who won?
That's what I'm upset about.
They don't show?
Because basically Patrick wins the first set. Art wins the second set. He's winning the third set, but guess what? We see that it flashes back again. We see that Patrick and before I get to that, Art and Tashi are in the hotel room, right? And he tells her that he wants to retire after, no matter what. Even if he loses the Open, he's gonna retire. And Tashi's like, she won't. He's like, are you gonna like? What is that gonna do? Like, how are you gonna look at me if like I lose? And she's like, I'm gonna look at you just like this. And then she tells him, I'm gonna leave you if you lose.
She's crazy.
Yeah, because what is he to her if he's not playing like tennis? And
she has like a kink for tennis at this point. Yeah. That's what she said to Patrick, right? If we don't talk about tennis, we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she really isn't to tennis, but then they start like kissing or whatever. You think they're gonna end up having like sex, and then he just stops and he lays on her like a little child, like on her lap, and he's like, "Can you just hold me until I fall asleep?" And then she just rubbed his hair. She looks so disgusted and like mad at her face, and she just looked away. She's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Bro, like." And then I saw her get up like after he falls asleep and leaves, and I knew where she was going because
to Patrick.
Because Patrick had stopped her once and he told her like be my coach, like Art's gonna retire or whatever.
Yeah,
like after this he's tired, he doesn't want to do this anymore, he just wants to play with your little daughter, he just wants to
have a daughter.
Yeah,
you didn't say anything.
I thought I did, but yes, they have a daughter.
Oh my god, she's a whore. I hate her.
Yeah, they have a daughter. She was sleeping, the daughter was sleeping in the hotel when no, she didn't bring him to the hotel. She left, right? They got into a car. He drove away, and she told him, "I want you to lose tomorrow." Because it was the night before the challenger. She's like, "I want you to lose tomorrow. He needs this. If he wins against you tomorrow, he knows that he can win the U.S. Open. But if he loses, it's gonna break him." And she's like, "He's like, you're horrible. Why are you asking me this? This would break him worse than like me cheating on you. I mean, you cheating on him because he had asked her because she had told him I didn't come here to have sex with you. He was like, what?
Patrick said that.
Yeah.
Wait, but she asked Patrick to lose.
To lose.
So why is he saying she's horrible? She's being nice to Art, no?
He's saying she's. What do you mean? She's being nice to Art? How? By making
Patrick lose to give him some self-esteem. I don't know.
That's.
I mean, that's horrible. The only. I feel like that's the only.
I feel like to an athlete, like to.
No, yeah.
Like.
But like from the other things that she's done, I feel like that doesn't make her horrible. I feel like what makes her the most horrible is that she is effing somebody else and she is married and she has a daughter with them.
Yeah, I guess that's bad too. But there's a lot of things that she does in this movie that's bad. But I thought that was really bad. Her asking him to, because it just shows that she doesn't even believe in him.
Yeah.
And she won't even know. Like, how do you know that he wouldn't have beat him anyways? That means you don't believe that he could beat him. Yeah. Like, at all.
And we don't find out who beat.
Oh, well, yes. So, and he's like, no, like, I'm not going to do it, da, da, da. And she's like, he was like, you came here to F me and you can't even admit it. And she's like, you know that's what you came here for. And then she's like, drive me back to the hotel. She drives, she's like, and they're talking, whatever. And she's like, get out, stop the car right now. And then they get out. She's walking. It's like really windy. It's like I don't know, like it's a storm or something. And then they're fighting. And then he says something to her. And she calls back to him. And then she spits on his face. And then they're just both looking at each other. And they start making out.
What the hell?
And then they have sex. And then he says he'll throw the match tomorrow. And she's like, how do I know you're actually gonna do it? And he's like, you don't. Anyways, she goes back to the hotel and she goes to the room and she doesn't see Art there. And she opens the door and she sees him and the daughter just face down, like they're both of them laying down face down sleeping. I was thinking, bro, what if that's not even his daughter? So I'm like, how old is she? For because she had
literally.
But I was like, no, that has to be his daughter. They're both of them face down sleeping, and I was like, bro, that's so cute. And
what? She didn't feel bad?
I don't know. She probably did feel bad. And she closed the door and she left. She went to go sit in the living room, and then next thing you know, it's the match. And now it's like the third set. Art is winning, and then what's his name? Patrick. It's like his serves are not going over the net. Like he faults both times. First serve and second serve. And now they're at deuce or whatever. And
winning point? Match point?
No. Yeah. No, but it's deuce.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's deuce. It is the last yeah, I guess match point. But so now he's about to serve, right? And I knew what he was gonna do.
He put the ball
in the middle. And
Patrick did that.
Yeah, Patrick did that.
Letting him know he effed.
Yeah, and then Art looks at him and then he looks up at Tashi and then Tashi's like, she knows something, what's it called? Because then Patrick turns his head and he goes like, and then Art is
so Patrick is basically saying, yes, I effed her.
It's not even just about like I effed her. I think he knows that Patrick is throwing the game. Because then he's like, he walked away or whatever.
Art.
No, he says, fuck off.
Art walks away and says that?
No, he just yells that out loud and he gets points off for
Wait,
that.
Which one?
Art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he gets points off for that. And then he walks away. He's just like really mad or whatever. Yeah, he's like F off, whatever. And then he's like, serve. So,
Art is saying this to Patrick?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Patrick serves, but it's not like a real serve. He just like throws it. Yeah. So
like
that
the easy one.
Yeah, so that because it was 5 sets. So was it 5 sets? But yeah, so then they went to tiebreaker or whatever, and that's when they start playing like really, really good. Like it's actually crazy. Both of them. Like it's like rally. Like they're playing that ball, keeping that ball in motion, shots. Yeah. And then they that's when the director starts like doing this like crazy like point of view switch. So now we're like at the point of view of like the ball or like the self. Like
wow.
Yeah, and it's like so cool. And it's like Yeah, and then Tashi's just like really into it, really into it. And then
That's when she has her white glasses, with, like her white sunglasses, and she's like this with her blue shirt. She's sitting down and like,
well, she's not like sad. She's like really like
yeah, into it.
into it, yeah. And yeah, and they're all like all three of them are just like having so much like passion. And then this is where I get mad because Patrick hits a shot, and then you see that I thought he was gonna spike it, Art, and he's like about to spike it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it, this is it. He jumps super high into the air.
He throws it out.
No, I don't know what happens because it looks like the ball landed on his side. And if it lands on his side, he's out.
Yeah.
But they just like they both fall to the like they both he lands on his feet and they end up hugging. And then Tashi just stands up and he yells yes, and then the movie ends.
Tashi yells yes.
Yeah.
But who's hugging? Patrick and Art?
Patrick and Art are just standing there smiling and hugging, and everyone's screaming, "Ooh, yay, yay!" clapping. And then Tashi gets up and yells, "Yes!"
So you don't know who won.
I'm like, bro, what happened? Because not only that, they're playing tiebreaker, but we don't know the points. We just see them like playing really good tennis, but we don't know like what's scoring because it doesn't show us the scores at the bottom anymore. And when I googled it, they're like saying Art won, but I'm like, how did he win? The ball landed on his side. But I'm like, I don't know.
I think Tashi screaming is Art winning.
But Tashi screaming is because she always wanted them to just play really good tennis. That's what she told them when they first they first asked for her number, and she said, "Oh, whoever plays," she's like, "I just want to see some good tennis. Like, show me some good tennis." And also her screaming like that too. Maybe it could be Art, because Art had told her, he's like, when you hit the match point, you screamed out. You let such a loud scream. I've never heard like that scream before. So I don't know, maybe. And they're saying, when I googled it, it's saying like Art won. So
okay. And so like, what's like so who do you think was the most affected here?
So I was feeling bad for Art because I'm like, bro, like why Art get into these people's mess? They cheated again the second time. I was like, they obviously are so passionate like for each other or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like even when they were arguing in the car and talking whatever, I'm like, these people are obviously like feel such intense like emotions. It's like a
magnet that they can't pull apart from.
So I was like, bro, like why he? But then I was like, I feel bad. I was like, why they get him into their mess? And I was like, Art got himself into this mess. He was over here plotting. He should have just let them had it. Like he should have let them have it.
Yeah.
But Loki, maybe they were never. Because if they were always gonna have that fight, it's not like they had that fight. I don't think they had that fight because of Art. The fight that made Patrick not come to the game, and Tashi. I don't know if she would always had that. If they didn't get to that fight before, would she have always gotten that injury? Like it makes it seem like because she was like so angry or whatever that she was like off her game. And
no, I don't think so. I feel like she always cared more about the tennis than about the boys, is what it's giving.
Yeah.
So I feel like just because he fought with her one day, I don't think she would have thrown her game, or like her mindset would have been off of it. Yeah. I just think she's the worst one here. That's all I have to say.
A lot of people did say that. They're like, you're gonna leave the movie hating her, but I don't hate. Not Zendaya. Tashi.
You don't hate Tashi?
I don't hate her. No.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, I was like, bro, like, stop cheating on your husband. Art's such a cool guy, but like, I don't hate her.
I guess I have to see the movie, but from what I hear, I hate her. Like, how do you have a nice husband that was there for you from the start? Like, you're putting that all away just for some passionate nights, for spitting on someone's face and still doing something with them?
I mean, I don't think to her, like, that she's...
I don't think she ever loved any of them.
Yeah. I think she just only loves tennis.
Yeah, but then don't marry someone. Don't have their baby. But then Art is stupid too, because if you know he's doing something with your wife, leave.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they were like, I feel like these intense emotions, and I'm like they are all feeling these intense emotions, and I'm like, from what? Like, she's very beautiful, she's very talented, but you threw away your friendship of 12. I mean, they ended up reconciling or whatever. And the end of the movie, like with that hug, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Because they both it was really cool because they always do these smirks at each other. And sometimes I would get so mad at Patrick. I'm like, bro, not this smirk again. Like, I'm sorry, I would smack somebody if they keep smirking at me like that, because what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so devious. And but Art did the smirk before he served. That after when they start playing tiebreaker, and then Patrick smirked too, and that's when they were like I think they both were like having that like, yeah, we're about to play. You know what I mean? And what made me mad at Art was because I'm like, they're saying that he's a really good tennis player, that he's better than Patrick in like terms of talent, ability, like physical fitness. That he's the better player overall, and he's just like, I can't beat him. Like, what if I don't beat him? I'm like, bro, beat him. What's stopping you from beating him? The only thing that seems to be stopping you from beating him is you thinking, what if I can't beat him?
Yeah.
Because you just never beat him ever before. You're a better player now.
Art has never beat him before?
No.
Oh, snap. You didn't say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had... Remember I told you Art had asked him to let him win the game?
Oh, to get Zendaya's number.
No, that was before. Like, they had already made the plan to let Art win. But when Zendaya said, whoever wins tomorrow gets my number, that's when they were like, obviously the plan's out the window. I'm not going to let you just win so you can get her number. And Patrick won.
Wow.
Yeah. But as they aged, Art was the better. Like, generally, like, the better.
And why was that? Because Art wasn't practicing, or he just got better?
I think he always had talent. Zendaya always told him. Tashi always told him, you could beat him. Like, you could beat him. Like, I don't know what his issue was. But honestly, sometimes it's like that. It's like, tennis is also like a mind game. Yeah.
Literally.
It's really a mind game. Honestly, and that's the thing, is that once you start losing, and I think that's the issue. Sometimes, if you're losing, you could always make a comeback. But sometimes when you're losing, you just get into the mind that you're losing, and you don't even put in like the real effort that you could put in before you started.
Yeah, you're just smacking your racket on your thigh. You look at your racket, you're like, ugh. Mm-hmm. Do you ever do that? I always look at my racket like, the racket's doing something. Like, yeah, I'm like, come on now. Like, work with me. Yeah. Work with me.
It made me want to play tennis though. I was like, bro, I want to go play some tennis.
I saw your tweet, and I was like, yeah, me too.
I really want to play. Can we play this week?
I'm down.
Yeah, okay.
Girl, you know I'm down. But I was like looking at this TikTok. I'm trying to like find the names, but I just forgot. I just know it's, so they were like speculations that I know this movie isn't based on a true story, but like,
oh yeah, Federer's wife, right?
Oh yeah, Federer's wife is one, but then also I can't say her last name, Emma Rudakonsu, something like that, and Carlos Alcaraz. She's this really pretty girl. They both play tennis, and this other white man, but I'm trying to find the other white man's name, but I can't find him. Either way, like, they showed pictures of how she would date Carlos Alcaraz, and then this other white guy, and like low key, like she was Tashi. But I can't find it. But yeah, and I'm like, imagine. And then the Federer's wife one is like not really her like ever cheating on him. It's just that the injury and her coaching him, and then I felt so bad. That would kill me. I'm always so scared of getting injured.
I was never really scared until I saw how she got injured in that movie. I was like, bro, because it was just like, because sometimes when you're running, like, especially because of like, I haven't been playing with tennis shoes. I've been playing with running shoes. Yeah. And running shoes, like, it's really slippery. And sometimes, like, my legs will, like, slip or whatever, especially because I really run for the ball. So, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, bro, I was like, bro, really? You could really get injured when you're playing. Even though I'm not even playing, like, competitively. Serious,
yeah. And it hurts. Oh, my God. Siri thought I was saying her name. and it hurts. It's like, wait, do they show the bone coming out? Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting. Why did they do that?
Like, not like in slow motion, but you do see it. Like, it's like,
I'm not gonna lie, you're making me want to go see it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I like that.
I want to go just mainly because found it. I want to go mainly because I'm craving popcorn. But look, so this is challengers, right? Mm-hmm. And this is Emma, that's Carlos, and then this is some white guy, but I don't know who that white guy is. but like she's like yours because they dated, but then these two, oh, and look,
Oh my gosh,
they're hugging. Yeah.
that's interesting.
So I don't know. Oh, and then the comments just like, wait, is this play about us? And then everyone's like, wait a damn minute. And then they said, who does she end up with? They're like, movie's not out yet. And they're like, I was talking about the girl, not Zendaya. Oh damn, they're both named Carlos. The other guy is Carlos Agonosdanelli.
What are the chances?
Or no, his name is Jack Draper. Sometimes the comments just you can't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you can't trust them.
It's Jack. So the trouble in tennis, allegedly they think it's Carlos Alcaraz, Emma Radusans. I can't say her name, and
Can I
Jack
see?
Draper. Yeah, that's Alejandro's crush.
Emma Raducanu. Raducanu.
Raducanu.
Raducanu.
Her. So yeah, that would be crazy though.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I don't think so. She's a sweet lady, but that's insane and scary.
Yeah, like getting injured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually every time we play, I get so scared because last time we played, I stepped bad on my knee and I'm like, oh, because I'm always scared of getting an ACL thing, and I'm like, I think it would be such a painful, sad day, like the day they're like, you can't play tennis. Oh my god, that day will never come. God, please.
I was literally thinking like yesterday in the movie when she got hurt. I was like, bro, what would I do? But I was like, I'm not even playing like at this level of them, but I would be really sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah, because like you really love a sport. Like, so and I was like, I felt even more bad for her because like her entire life was like playing tennis, and like it's like a really big part of her.
Yeah.
And like she can't even. I mean, she could still play. She just can't play like at the level that she was playing before.
Yeah. She's gonna break it even more. Sorry, they're like, why do we only see Angelica Zed? I'm like, but damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anything else about the Challengers movie?
No, it was a good movie. I like the tennis.
Oh, rate it 1 out of 10.
I think I'll give it like a 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm kind of scared because you know how those movies. Sorry, I'm just gonna just a little bit.
I know who you are.
You know how those movies like where it's like, oh, it's so good, and then it's just like you leave and you don't even understand what happened. But is that the one you understand what happens at the end?
No, I don't. I mean, it's like I don't understand what happens in the end. I just wanted to know who won. I wanted a more conclusive.
But like you understand the story.
Yeah, I understand the story.
Okay, because there's like some movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, whatever. I saw it, everyone's like, oh, great movie. I totally hated it. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I put it on for my parents. My dad's over here snoring. My mom's like, what are we watching? I'm like, why is there sausages? I didn't understand.
I feel like you'll have to watch that movie again because I watched it again a second time with my aunt. And she was crying just like me. She loved that movie. And she doesn't even speak English that much.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I really don't understand. I'm like...
I think we watched it again. It's a really good movie. It's really good.
I just can't put 2 hours of my life into that thing again. Like, I was like... I literally was looking at the screen like... And then also it's like, I don't know. It's just saying how... Like, I saw comments and it's like... Oh, it's like talking about your relationship with your mom, and I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, I get it, but like my thing that makes me mad is that I got the moral of it, like the lesson, like whatever, but I never saw a movie where people are like, I bawled my eyes out. I'm like, for what? Because she turned into a rock at the end. This movie could have been 50 minutes.
No, not because
it's like 2 hours long. She's a sausage. She's in a different dimension. Oh my god.
It was her. The reason she was doing all those things is because she was, like, she wasn't happy before. You know what I mean? And then she was like, she was in those other dimensions trying to, like, I don't know, make people feel happy. Better. Like, cause the hot dog lady, when they were together, but she was being mean to her or whatever. So then they fell back in love with the hot dog rum with Ratatouille, with Rakunui,
Yeah.
Raccoony with Raccoony, and the chef, she had made the raccoon get into animal prison because animal control had called because she had walked in on Raccoony on top of the guy's
Yeah.
head, and now he knows that guy can't live without Raccoony, so now she's helping him go and get Raccoony. Like, so you know, what I'm trying to. She's trying to make everything better for those people that she had hurt. And it's also about her daughter, like actually seeing her, and like being like, yeah, basically that, actually seeing her, and her daughter actually seeing her back,
Yeah. Like,
and like bettering their relationship.
I guess I get that, but I guess like I think my mind is just too small to like comprehend that. Like, I'm just like, bro, do a normal story. Why is it different galaxies? Why are you sausage
Because
hands?
it's fun.
Like, it was so funny because when I put it for my parents, I was like, guys, it's like a great movie. It's won so many things. Like, it's gonna be so good. They're like, okay. And then it started. I'm like, what the hell did I put on, right? And so I'm like, huh. And then like 1 hour in, I'm like, oh, Ratatouille, like Ratatouille. My dad's like, my dad's rolling his eyes. I'm like, guys, it's so silly. Oh my god, sausage hands. And then there was the point we all fell asleep because I was like, you know what? F this. I can't even save this. There's nothing. And like, the thing is that I feel like it's funnier because it's just all of us didn't like it. And that's why I'm like, I really want Alejandro to watch it.
You never watched it?
No, but I think if I rewatch it, I'll rewatch it with him because I want to know what he thinks. Because he likes critically not
Acclaimed movies.
and like Pulp Fiction. Have you watched Pulp Fiction?
Mm-mm.
Wow, really? For a girl that, because you like movies and you understood this one, so I feel like anybody that understands everything everywhere all at once, I just give them the title of movie buff. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like you like cinema, like. Because when people ask me my favorite movie, I'm gonna say High School Musical, and I'm gonna die on that. You know, like I just feel like maybe I'm just not a cinema girl. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
books girl. Like maybe, but I feel like if that is into a book, I would be like,
Yeah.
you know, but like I don't know. But for like Alejandro, he loves Pulp Fiction. I saw Pulp Fiction. I didn't really like it. Like it's like a normal movie. It's like I don't like boring movies. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. Like that movie was boring to me because I'm like I don't understand. I just didn't understand. But there's also movies that I don't understand and I like The Mother by Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I like that movie. That was good.
It was a good movie. Like the thing is with that one, like I was watching with my mom, and the whole time we were like, okay, we're gonna understand what's happening. We're gonna understand what's happening. 1 hour and a half later, the movie ends, and we're like, what the hell just happened? But it felt like Jennifer Lawrence is such a great actor because anything she works in, it's like you feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're taking the baby away from her, I felt her pain, but I was like, why is this happening to her? This is so weird. And then when I Googled it, and it was like, the Virgin Mary, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow. Like that one, I was like, wow, I really understood everything because it really like did portray it like in such a weird light. Like I wouldn't have understood it without
That
Google.
context.
Yeah, like and I wish like sometimes I try to watch those psychological movies and
I
I'm
love
like, okay,
psychological
like
movies.
let's guess what it is about because sometimes like for that one, if I like me and my mom were guessing, but we were like, nah. So I finally Googled it and I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like for that one, she said that that movie like gave her trauma. Like
Your mom?
no,
Oh,
Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence. Like she was like when she had her kid, like she was like, oh my god, like this, like she was hyperventilating while doing that scene when they were taking the kid away, and I understand why. Like that feels like so like oh
Yeah. Didn't they eat them?
yeah, I think it's like the whole movie. It's like they're trying to be like you're not like it's your son, but like we're taking him and taking him. It's just like the world took Jesus from the Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
And like it's if you guys haven't seen that movie, that one I would recommend. That one's crazy.
That was a really good movie.
But like that one I feel like even for people that aren't movie buffs, it
Mhm.
portrays that. I feel like for Everything Everywhere All at Once, there are a lot of people like me that are like I just don't like that movie. I hated it. And then obviously a lot of people, I think more people that are like, wow, it's the best movie ever created. It's like so good and obviously it won so many Grammys.
Mhm.
But I think if it's really a good movie, it should please everybody.
That I understand what you're saying, but like maybe like not understanding it and then not liking it, because that was me when I was a kid with Meet the Robinsons. I never
That's true.
understood what Meet the Robinsons was about, and because of that, I didn't like the movie. But then when I actually understood what it was about, I was
You
like,
liked
bro,
it.
this is cinema. I love this movie so
Hmm.
much. So I think maybe I really think you should rewatch it.
I'm gonna rewatch it. It's just the thing that's like, I'm just like, first of all, there's not that much dialogue either. It's like when they go into the different realms, I'm like, okay. And then like she's like a superstar, like a actress. That's what she
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to do. And then I was like, okay. I just feel like sometimes like you have to learn how to cut the movie. It shouldn't have been 2 hours.
Honestly, I feel like the movie was perfectly length because it was in chapters.
That
Like
too.
chapter one, everything. Chapter two, everywhere. And then chapter three, all at once. I think
Yeah, like, yeah, I think I have to rewatch it and I'll give my new updates. But honestly, I think it'll be the same. It's just,
you should. Have you ever watched Johnny Darko?
no,
Oh, is it Donnie Darko? I always call him Johnny.
no, I haven't.
It's
Is
a
it like
really
that?
good. I yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Mm.
But it's sad. That movie made me sad. Like the ending, was like, bro,
What's like the saddest movie?
I've ever watched.
Mm-hmm.
That would be hard because I'm not gonna lie, I cry for a lot of movies.
Yeah. Oh wait, this is like a different podcast that we were gonna do about like the
Really?
saddest movies. Yeah, but I guess we could do it here and then we could get deep into like the.
Yeah. Okay, so I watched Requiem for a Dream. I think it was about drug addicts. That one was really sad too, because I hated the ending because everyone was just like down bad. I was like, bro, like that's horrible because I wanted better for them
Yeah.
at every point in the movie, especially the mom. Like I felt so bad for the mother because she got hooked. I think it was like on Adderall.
Mm.
Like, and if you take, it was for like weight loss because she thought she was gonna go onto a movie thing,
Mm.
and she just kept losing weight, not eating, and she also became because if you're like misusing those drugs like stimulants and stuff, you they you could get psychosis from there, like
Yeah, of
stimulant
course. Mm-hmm.
psychosis, and she started experiencing that. Like the fridge started talking to her, whatever, and just started seeing a bunch of things, and she just wouldn't eat just to lose the weight, and she just obviously became
Yeah.
like a like a drug addict, and like she walked, and I felt so bad because she went to the doctor, which is even more sad. She went to the doctor, like, and the doctor she was saying, I don't know if something's like wrong, like I'm seeing things or whatever. And the doctor's like, yeah, it's normal. And then he prescribed her more of those things,
Oh no.
so she just kept on
It's like
taking
the.
them.
It's like the old well, no, the pharmacy, the.
Yeah, the oxycodone.
Yeah, what's
Oh
their
my
name?
gosh, that
Ordo?
movie, Purdue.
Purdue.
That movie also made me sad. It was a movie. It was a
I haven't
show.
watched it. I
It
want
was
to
really
watch it.
sad. Like what made me sad, it was like a bunch of other, about a bunch of people. What made me sad was the guy. He had a family. He had a wife. He was trying to do better, or whatever. And then in the end, he ended up dying because of like, he
Yeah.
overdosed in the car. Oh man, that made me cry. I was like, bro, I was rooting for. I feel like that's what.
She also really cries a lot of like this little the Jewish,
Oh
the
yeah,
movie of the
those movies.
Jews. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those movies always make me cry about the Holocaust. Oh, I bawled my eyes out. I bawl my eyes out because I get like really into those movies, and then even though like there's nothing you could do, the plot's the plot, the plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but
you
she
can't
still
change
screams
it.
like, Angelica,
Yeah,
make it stop, Angelica.
bro, that was so embarrassing. Like it was literally for a school. What's it
A
called?
school
Field trip.
trip, yeah.
And we're in the movie theaters. There's a bunch of other schools there, and I always bawl my eyes out every single time I see those
And
movies.
she's seen that movie like it was her second time, third time
Probably
seeing
my
it.
third time, bro.
She's grabbing me. I'm like, oh God, golly.
And I'm bawling. I
No,
said,
but I'm like, Chelsea, it's okay. It's all right.
Angelica, make it stop. It's so crazy to say. Bro.
Angelica, make it stop, please. Make it stop, Angelica. Aw.
Oh my gosh,
That
throwback.
was so cute.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of sad movies out there.
Honestly, like life could be so. I'm like, bro, how do you guys feel about sad movies? I'm like, low key, life is so sad already. Why do we gotta see more sad movies? Yeah.
Like sometimes, like you really have to. For me, I have like 3 different movies that make my like I cry so much. One of them is A Walk to Remember.
Mm-hmm.
Kills me, bro. Kills me. That love. She's such a beautiful girl. That one, Little Q, this Asian movie of this dog. Oh my
Mhm.
God, the dog. I don't remember if the dog dies or the owner dies, But wow, when I tell you my eyes were puffed, me and my parents were like, "Oh my god!" My dad was on the floor, knees. He was sad, and then and then another one that really kills me, like especially like my last movie that makes me cry, is what's it called? Someone new, something new.
Oh, with what's her name and Lucky
Yeah,
Stanfield?
like Keith and what's her name? Jane Austen. Oh my god, Jane
Jane
Austen,
Austen.
not the writer.
No, something Rodriguez.
Gina
Gina
Rodriguez. Oh
Rodriguez.
my god, that movie literally depicts a breakup so magnificently. Like I've never seen a movie depict a breakup so good. You watched it, right?
I didn't watch it. I didn't really like it that much. Like
What?
we talked about this. You really liked it, and I didn't like. Wasn't like something crazy for me. I wonder if I cried.
I think it's you who need to go through a breakup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But did you watch it after that?
No, I watched it before.
I think you have to watch it now. Like it's so good. Like I watched it when I broke up with like my ex from high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched it and I was like, wow, it's so good because it really shows how like she's in the supermarket, right? And then she hears a song and then boom, flashbacks of him, and then like she's walking past and she sees like let's say a tree where they were hanging out and flashbacks of him. It's just the flashbacks, and then at the end it's not like a love story, so they get back together.
Yeah, I wanted them to get back together at one point.
Yeah,
In the
I wanted
movie.
them to because they were dating for 10 years.
Yeah.
But I think it's so beautiful how it's not like a love story. It really just, it's like a breakup story. And it's just how she like really just evolved on her own. Great. That's cinema. But yeah, that one's a great movie. I love that one.
Yeah. Those are some good movies. I watched a lot.
A Walk to Remember.
Yeah, I watched A Walk to Remember. Also, I just realized Godzilla plus one, I think, also made me cry.
I've never watched that.
It just kind of came out. Like, I don't know if it came out or if it just, I don't know what that movie was. I don't know if it was a remake or something.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I cried. Also this movie. So it's this movie about, it's a Korean movie. I think it's called Bewitched. That movie made me cry. I thought that was cinema. It was sad. It was horribly sad. It was like a thriller, like a horror movie, because the girl ends up killing everyone. But she killed them all because they were like, basically she was like their slave on that island. She was abused. She was beaten. Like, even her daughter that she had, the man she was with, like, he took her as his daughter, but she realized that he was like assaulting her,
Yeah.
like in a bad, like, I don't want to say it, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And like, she realized that, she was like, I need to get off this island, I need to get off this island. And she had this friend, who was like, she was always like a person from the island, but the friend was like I don't want to say, like, she had money, like her family, and they were like the people, like like everyone else was like a worker on the island, and her family was like the people they were working for. You know what I mean? So she was friends with them. She was friends with the girl when they were kids, and like the girl always basically like never came through for her. At one point, the girl, she started running away because these boys started like coming and bothering them, right? And she stood up. I'm gonna call her like JC or something.
Yeah.
JC stood up for the girl, but then when JC needed to be stood up for, the girl ran away, and she left JC with all those boys, and those boys just like were just being vile. And it basically, that's how the movie, like, and like as they're older again, it's like the same thing happened again, because she needed help. She wanted to get off the island. She was like, let me come with you, at least take my daughter, please. And yeah, and the daughter ends up dying. The daughter dies. Oh my god, I'm telling you, I was bawling.
Oh
Because
my
she walks to her. She's like, the daughter had fell on a rock because the guy, her husband, had came to like basically beat her, and her daughter was like, no, leave my mom alone, and it was so sad because the daughter, she was like, she loves her dad, but then she didn't think that her daughter ever noticed what was going on. But then she was like, if we go to Seoul, does that mean you'll be happier? Does that mean you live a better life, mom? And she was like, yeah. And then she was like, then of course I'll go with you. And then for her to die, like, that was the only thing that lady had, bro. It was the only thing that she had, and she died in front of her. And her
daughter died.
The daughter died trying to protect her mom from the people trying to like beat her. And she never thought her daughter like really noticed, what was going on. And her daughter died just trying to.
How old was she?
She was like 9, if not like 7, 8. Basically, because the guy like pushed her off of him, and then she fell back and hit her head on the. And what's even crazier is because she was just screaming, crying, and the people were so rude. They're saying like there's no reason to cry, whatever. It's your fault. You did this. Even though the man was the one that pushed her, pushed the little girl. And then the coroner comes, like the police come, and her friend was there. The friend who she was like, hey, can you tell them what happened? Tell them what happened, please. Tell them that he killed my daughter. And basically the friend was like, no, I didn't see anything. Later we find out the friend saw everything that happened. She stood there and watched the daughter die.
Why didn't she confess?
She's just a weird person. Like, she's a weird person. Like, I don't know why she just never. And it just shows, like, it's like the theme in that movie is that she never stands up for JC when she needs it. Like, even in that horrible moment where her daughter died and she saw how much she loved her daughter, she literally begged her to take her daughter off of the island just to get her like a better life. She saw, and she still didn't say anything. And so in the end, after she kills everybody on the island,
the mom,
the mom, the girl's like running away. The friend, she's like, bro, oh my gosh, like, what is going on here? She's so scared. And basically JC follows her off on the island and tries to kill her too. In the end, JC is the one that ends up dying, but she dies like in her, like
the friend kills her.
Yeah, kills her because JC's trying to kill her. But in the end, like, she dies in her hands, and she's like, "Can you just like hold me or something?" And then she just holds her and like rubs her head or something, and then she dies or whatever. And then the friend goes back to her apartment and she lays down on the floor and she sees all the letters that the friend had written, because the friend had been writing her for years, telling her, hey, can you come visit me? Hey, can you come visit me? She's telling her everything that was happening to her, like on the island. She never opened the letters up or anything, and she just lays on the floor, but then she becomes the shape of the island. So like if she lays on the floor and then it like fades out and shows that she's like the shape of the island, and it was just like a beautiful ending. And I was like, wow. And I was like, she's gonna be haunted for the rest of her life. Maybe that she'll change her life. Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, I felt so bad for that. Even though she started killing people, they deserved it.
Yeah, that one seemed good. I like that one.
You should watch it. It's really good.
What's the name? Do you know?
It's called Bewitched.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
It's a beautiful movie. I cried.
Well, we've been talking for 1 hour and 20 minutes. I know. I don't know how we always get here, guys. I'm so sorry.
We do. But okay.
I was gonna say Angelica again. You already saw me. I was down there already.
Really? No. She would knock out. So please don't forget to like,
comment,
subscribe, and we'll see you next time on
Two Random Girls. Bye. For breakups. Mami? Mami, ¿estás bien? Oh my god. Wow, I thought we were gonna get killed.
Why do these headphones make everything so loud?
Jesus Christ. I thought the building was going down.
Angelica, that was really scary.
Wow. Okay, anyway.
They catch everything.
That was actually scary.